HistoryIgnited, the podcast where we dive into real stories behind BillyJoel's song We Didn't Start the Fire and Caroline.
We're breaking it down one lyric at a time from 1949 to 89 and showing how these moments shape the world we live in. I'm Andrew.
Hey all, I'm Amy.
I'm Dave.
And today we're talking about a major moment in the civil rights movement when 9 students helped change the way America thought about education, fairness, and the law. This episode is all about Little Rock.
It happened in 1957 in Little Rock, Arkansas. Even though the Supreme Court had ruled that school segregation was illegal in a famous case called Brown versus Board of Education, many people, especially in the South, didn't want to follow that ruling.
So when a high school in Little Rock planned to integrate, 9 black students were chosen to attend Central High School. They became known as the Little Rock 9.
They were small and courageous, but when they tried to go to school, people yelled at them and blocked the doors.
The governor of Arkansas, 𝗵𝗶𝘀𝘆 even sent state troops to stop the students from entering. He was going against the law and against the president.
President Dwight D. Eisenhower responded by sending in the U.S. Army, the 101st Airborne Division, to protect the students and make sure they could safely attend school.
Soldiers even walked with them through the hallways. It was one of the first times the federal government took strong action to support school integration.
But it wasn't easy. The students were bullied and threatened all year. One of them, Minnie Jean Brown, was expelled for standing up for herself.
And she wasn't allowed to return. After being expelled, Minnie Jean moved to New York and finished high school at an integrated school there. Her story showed how unfair things were. Black students were often punished while white students faced no consequences for harassment.
People like Elizabeth Eckford, Minnie Jean Brown Trickey, Ernest Green, and others are now in their 80s, and many are still sharing their stories. I would love to meet them.
They were just kids, but they helped change the world in 1957. It's cool that they're still here to remind us what it took and why it matters. But it was also crazy that it wasn't that long ago.
Even though it was tough, their bravery helped push the civil rights movement forward. Like the kids in Birmingham and the students at Glen Echo Park, the Little Rock 9 showed that young people could lead the way. If you want to hear more about segregation and how kids made a difference, check out our episode about Alabama. We talked about the Children's Crusade and other powerful moments that changed U.S. history.
But the Little Rock story didn't end after that first school year. In 1958, instead of allowing more integration, Governor 𝗵𝗶𝘀𝘆 shut down all the public high schools in Little Rock for an entire year. That year became known as the Lost Year.
More than 3,000 students, black and white, had no public high school to attend. Teachers lost their jobs, families were left scrambling. The Little Rock 9 didn't all return. Some moved away and others studied from home or found other schools.
Eventually, the courts forced the schools to reopen. By the early 1960s, integration continued more steadily, and in 1964, Little Rock's public schools were officially considered fully integrated.
It took years and a lot of struggle, but those first brave steps in 1957 made it all possible.
That's why BillyJoel included Little Rock in the song. It wasn't just about a city, nor a state. It was about 9 kids who faced hate and danger just to go to school.
So this was a really interesting episode. And as I was writing the script, I was thinking about how different this experience must have been compared to what we experience in school and what you experience now in school. What are your thoughts about it? Caroline?
I can't believe that it happened because at my school there was all different people, black and white, and one of my friends is black. Well, actually, a lot of my friends.
For me at my school, it feels so different because, like, I used to be bullied at school, but what the Little Rock 9 faced probably was 10 times worse. And, like, the fact that that the governor was trying to stop all of this while the president was just, like, trying to keep it going is just completely messed up.
I agree.
Okay, time to line things up. Why did the teachers wear sunglasses to school?
Why?
Because our students were so bright.
I love that.
But thank you for joining us on History Ignited.
We've got more history coming your way soon.
And check out our other episodes, like Alabama and Eisenhower, to see how it all connects. And remember,
Teach kids history.
Prevent repeats.
Excellent. Nice job.
And